past that diner down on 4th, where the jukebox died and dreams ran short. The neon buzz cuts through the air like lullabies no one would dare. A mailbox rust beside the gate still bears your name, still tempts my fate. I light a smoke, then close my eyes. The night begins with your goodbye. Sing me down the alley slow, where broken lights and wild winds blow. Lay me low beneath the sky with your backstreet lullaby. Call my name where shadows lie, one more verse before goodbye. Wrap me in the night gone by with your backstreet lullaby. You wore that jacket frayed and torn, the one you swore you'd die before. We kissed beneath the loading dock while sirens rode the town's old clock. Now every window hides a ghost and every street forgets the most. But in this alley clear and dry, I still hear your backstreet lullaby. Sing me down the alley slow, where broken lights and wild winds blow. Lay me low beneath the sky with your backstreet lullaby. Call my name where shadows lie, one more verse before goodbye. Wrap me in the night gone by with your backstreet lullaby. Never ours to keep, just something borrowed in the heat. But I still hum that faded line, the only song you left behind. Sing me down the alley slow, where broken lights and wild winds blow. Lay me low beneath the sky with your backstreet lullaby. Call my name where shadows lie, one more verse before goodbye. Fade with me till morning's high with your backstreet lullaby. Backstreet lullaby. Backstreet lullaby. Whispered low beneath the sky, your backstreet lullaby.
From muddy boots to folded flags, we never stood alone. We stood beneath one sky. We marched through storm and desert sun, with borrowed time and loaded guns. We held our ground on foreign dirt and carried home each wound and hurt. Each stand we fall beneath one sky. For every name we won't let die, we fight, we serve, we carry on from dusk to fire, bright breaking dawn. This flag, this vow, we won't deny. We are the army beneath one sky. We've crossed the sea, we've buried friends, but duty calls. It never ends. From Barack light to final call, we rise again. We give it all. Not for medals, not for praise, but for the voice that still remains. A brother's laugh, a daughter's smile, the reason why we walk each mile. We stand, we fall beneath one sky. For every name we won't let die. We fight, we serve, we carry on. From dusk to fire, bright breaking dawn. This flag, this vow, we won't deny. We are the ivy beneath one sky. No matter where the mission lies, we carry home beneath one sky. We carry home beneath one sky. Not all battles are fought with fire. Some are carried line by line.
We signed our names with quiet pride, with trembling hands but heads held high. Some came home, some didn't speak, but all stood tall in memory's key. We walk the line, then handed down. One voice, one creed in every town. From muddy boots to golden light, we held our ground, we earned that right. Through every war and silent sign, we are the army, line by line. From fields of grain to foreign dust, we fought because we said we must. We trained to serve, not be adored. We bled for peace, we never scorned. A folded coat, a waiting door, the echo of a boot once worn. They're still out there in every step, and we're the ones who won't forget. We walk the line, then hand it down. One voice, one creed in every town. From muddy boots to golden light, we held our ground, we earned that right. Through every war and silent sign, we are the army, line by line. We never walked alone. We walk the line by
I step into a maze, wherever it turns unknown.
Winding hallways whisper secrets that I've outgrown. In the darkness of these corridors, echoes call my name. Lost within the labyrinth, consumed by fear and shame. Every wall reflects a past I can't escape. Yet I press on through the shadows, determined to reshape. Lost in the labyrinth, wandering on my own, amid endless turns, I search for truths unknown. If I lose my way within this maze so overgrown, lost in the labyrinth, I'll forge dirt path back home. Find the door, 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 find the door. Corridors of doubt, where memories lie in wait. Each corner holds a promise or a twist of fate. I trace the steps of former days with every breath I take, haunted by the echoes of decisions I can't unmake. Every wall reflects a past I can't escape. Yet I press on through the shadows, determined to reshape. The faces of the past, like shadows on the wall, remind me that from failure I can rise above it all. Step by step I'll break the walls and let the light in, transforming every misstep into victory from within. Lost in the labyrinth, wandering on my own, amid endless turns, I search for truths unknown. If I lose my way within this maze so overgrown, lost in the labyrinth, I'll forge a path back home. Break the wall, 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 break the wall. In the fading echoes of this maze, I find a brand new start. The labyrinth may twist and turn, but I follow my own heart. Every winding path a lesson, every shadow makes me grow. In the maze of my mind, I finally learned to let it go. I don't wear a cape, but I leave home like a hero does, quietly, with love in my back pocket and duty in both hands. I wake before the coffee brews, slip on these boots and pay my dues. Kiss the kids, don't say too much, they know their dad is built on trust. My name's not carved in history, but I stand where I'm meant to be. Through silent nights or desert wind, I show up whole again. I don't need fame, I don't need a sign. This flag, this oath, this duty is mine. From the kitchen light to the combat zone, I carry love when I walk alone. No headlines, no grand design, just quiet strength. This duty is mine. I've missed first steps, I've missed some tears, but I've held strong through all the years. I'll fix the roof, I guard the gate. I'll hold the line, I'll hold the weight. Behind the mask, behind the fight, there's still a man who sleeps at night, with prayers whispered in motel rooms and lullabies through old cartoons. You might not see the battles won in backyard talks or setting suns, but every soldier leaves the mine, I promise you, all time. I don't need fame, I don't need a sign. This flag, this oath, this duty is mine. From the kitchen light to the combat zone, I carry love when I walk alone. No headlines, no grand design, just quiet strength. This duty is mine. If you ever wonder who stands watch, look around, we're still here. This duty is ours.
We don't carry this flag for show. We carry it for those who can't anymore. I've seen the sun rise in foreign lands, with brothers falling with dirt on my hands, but I never fought to be a name. I fought for peace, not pride or fame. And every step I took out there was so my kids could breathe free air. And we don't ask for cheers or songs, we just hold the line and carry on. This flag still flies though the wind gets rough. It's stitched with grace and it's held with love. It's not just cloth, it's sacrifice. It's every soul who paid the price. We don't stand tall just to be seen, we stand for what this freedom means. And when the storm clouds flood the skies, we stand our ground. This flag still flies. She wrote her vows in a folded note, sent from a tent near a mountain road. He missed her birth, her first new shoes, but every mile he paid his dues. They both believed without regret in service no one will forget. It's not about who wins or shows, it's who stands up when the trumpet blows. This flag still flies though the wind gets rough. It's stitched with grace and it's held with love. It's not just cloth, it's sacrifice. It's every soul who paid the price. We don't stand tall just to be seen, we stand for what this freedom means. And when the storm clouds flood the skies, we stand our ground. This flag still flies. In every town where silence grew, a porch light waits, our heartbeats true. We hold their names like sacred vows and live the freedom they allow. This flag still flies through tears and time. It waves for yours and waves for mine. Through sacrifice and quiet days, through folded hands and far-off graves, we rise again, not to be praised, but for the ones who never strayed. And though the battle may disguise, our hearts still burn. This flag still flies, not for show, for memory, for meaning. This flag still flies.
They taught us how to stand, how to aim, how to salute, but no one one tells you what to do when you're marching into life. Before the dust settles, the cap fits snug, the sky turns white, our names get stitched with army pride. From cadet gray to boots brand new, we trade in fear for something true. A call to serve, not just obey. We rise as one, then march away. Before the dust settles, we stand in line. Hearts on fire, but eyes still blind. No medal shines like courage shown. No soldier walks this road alone. So raise your voice, hold steady pace. We march for more than just a place. The halls we leave, the bonds we made still echo through the plans we laid. Some stay back, some led the way, but all have debts no song can pay. The world awaits unsure, unknown, but we will wear our courage grown. We carry dreams we can't explain, the joy, the fear, the quiet strain. But brotherhood is built through dust, in each of us a sacred trust. Before the dust settles, we won't delay. Our boots will write what words can't say. Through every mile and trial endured, we stand for those who once were sure. So tie the laces, face the flame, and never march back quite the same. This isn't the end of our time in gray. It's just the start of everything blue.
We wait, not just for boots to hit the ground, but for a voice we knew, and the heart we hoped still beats the same. He's coming down the road again. Heads turn, hearts begin to mend. No band, no banner in the air, just worn out boots and 1,000-yard stairs. Mama wipes her eyes and waves, hoping worry split her gaze. Raise the flag, but lower your guard. He came home, but he came home scarred. No words can stitch what war has torn, but love still stands where pain was born. Hold him close, don't ask for more. He's home now, but he's not who he was before. The town puts up the yellow line, but he walks past like he's out of time. His brother cracks a nervous joke. He nods but doesn't even smoke. The front porch creaks, the screen door swings, but silence says the hardest things. Some came back with medals bright, some came home just lost in night. Some still march behind their eyes. We can't salute what memory hides, but still we wait, still we try to say I'm proud without the white. Raise the flag, but lower your guard. backyard. The fight ain't done when boots hit floor. He's old, but healing's something more. He's here, not whole, but here, and that's enough for today.
We don't just march for orders, we march for names. Some still beside us, some remembered by flame.
Boots on gravel, sun still low, steel and silence start the show. From desert lines to mountain stone, no one moves this trail alone. Not for glory, not for cheers, we move for bonds we forged in years. Miles of honor roads we tread, with every footstep stories bled. Through dust and dusk we rise again, brothers, sisters, now and then. Shields of strength, hearts of fire, we move with grit, we don't retire. Thunder rolls behind the crest, load is heavy, never rest. We check the line, we call the range. Through mission fog we don't exchange. Each command we carry through is built on blood and colors true. Some may ask what keeps us here, the badge, the rank, the lack of fear. We smile and nod, but truth runs deep. It's for the names we swore to keep. Miles of honor worn and wide, through every turn we will not hide. Through storms that broke and heat that burned, we stand for all whose time has turned. With every beat the banner flies, for those who fought and still rise. It's not the trail that makes us proud, it's who we walk it for.
We stood in gray, now we stand for more. Today is not an end, it's the call we've waited for. The boots are new, the sky is wide. We feel the nerves we used to hide. The oaths we swore now take their place in every step, in every phase. The march begins today, not then. We walk as warriors, not as men, with honor laced in every seam. We carry country, hope and dream. We're more than cloth, more than display. The march begins today. The flags were folded, hands were raised. We stood in ranks, our eyes amazed. We thought of home and friends we've known, but knew this path we walk alone. The march begins today, not then. We walk as warriors, not as men, with honor laced in every seam. We carry country, hope and dream. We're more than cloth, more than display. The march begins today. with honor laced in every seam. We carry country, hope, and dream. No matter where our boots may stray, the march begins today. We leave the gray behind, not with farewell, but with forward.
If you're holding this letter, it means I didn't come back, but I didn't leave empty. I left carrying everything that mattered.
I carried your photo in my chest plate, folded neat beside my tags. Thought of you with every sunrise, even when the sky turned black. We joked about the letters home,
but I wrote mine like prayers in chrome.
and if I'm quiet now, it's not regret. I just hope there's peace in what I left.
So plant me down in the fields that whisper where I once ran around. Tell my girl that her daddy's still part of this world. I may be gone, but I'm not thin. You'll know me by what I carried in. I carried my brother through the sandstorms, his hand in mine till we both fell. I carried stories I never told you, locked away where they could dwell. Not all wounds show on the skin, but I wore hope like a second skin. And if you cry, don't cry alone. Hold someone tight and call it home.
So plant me down where the grass still grows on the battleground. Tell my son he was brave before he could run. I may be gone, but I'm not thin. You'll know me
by what I carried in.
I carried a nation on my back, but I never forgot your laugh. It wasn't medals that made me stand, it was dreaming of your hand. So plant me down with my boots still turned to face the town. Let my flag wave for those who never lag. And when you sing where I've once been, just sing for what I carried in. Because I carried you.
We waited more than just days. We waited for a heartbeat, for a voice we still remember, to walk back through that door. He's walking up that old front path, the dust still clinging to his pack. No trumpet sound, no flags are raised, just quiet steps and distant gaze. He left in green, he comes in gray, but home still means he gets to stay. When the boots come home,
we stand a bit taller, we speak a bit softer, we hold each one longer. They may not smile like they did before, but they're still ours, and that means more. So light the porch and leave it on. We hold the line till war is gone. The kids all grew, the porch paint cracked, but she still leaves his coat unpacked. He nods, he hugs, then looks away. Some things are too far to replay, but he is here in flesh and bone, and that's enough to call it home. He's not the boy who said goodbye, he's someone shaped by loss and sky. So don't ask stories, don't press too loud, just say you're proud and say it proud. When the boots come home, we breathe again, through all the breaks, through all the bends. They might be bruised, they might be still, but they came back through strength and will. So raise the flag, don't ask for more, just thank the ones who walked that wall. He's home, not the same, but still here, and we love him just the same.
Barefoot steps on a gravel bend, fishing line in the breeze again, sunlight dancing on the quiet stream, chasing minnows and childhood dreams.
These were the mornings that never grew old, stories we'd whisper, secrets we told, with the sky wide open and time standing still, hearts unbroken and water to fill.
Tree bark carved with our names and dates, skipping stones like we tempted fate, laughing loud while the robins flew, in a world that only we two knew. These were the mornings that never grew old, stories we'd whisper, secrets we told, with the sky wide open and time standing still, hearts unbroken and water to fill. Now I sit where the tall grass sways, same stream but different days. I close my eyes and I hear us still, that little boy heart, it always will. These were the mornings that never grew old, stories we'd whisper, secrets we told, with the sky wide open and time standing still, hearts unbroken and water to fill. clouds on gentle water, carrying echoes of sons and daughters. I met an old man on a midnight train. His face was weathered, eyes filled with pain. He pulled out a deck, said, "Let's play a while. I've got some stories that'll make you smile." He said, "Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Life's a gamble, and you gotta dive in. Don't fear the fall, don't fear the cost. You'll rise again even after you've lost." He said, "Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Life's a gamble, and you gotta dive in." He shuffled the deck and he played his part, taught me how to live from the heart. Talked about the past, the love and the pain, of dreams that went wrong, of losses and gains. He said, "You don't win by waiting too long. You play your hand even when it feels wrong." He said, "Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Life's a gamble, and you gotta dive in. Don't fear the fall, don't fear the cost. You'll rise again even after you've lost." He said, "Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Life's a gamble, and you gotta dive in." He shuffled the deck and he played his part, taught me how to live from the heart. Now when I'm alone, I hear his voice. Bet on yourself, make the choice. Don't worry about what's come before. It's your hand, it's your life, so play once more. He said, "Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Life's a gamble, and you gotta dive in. Don't fear the fall, don't fear the cost. You'll rise again even after you've lost." He said, "Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Life's a gamble, and you gotta dive in." He shuffled the deck and he played his part, taught me how to live from the heart. As the train pulled in, he was gone from sight, but his words stayed with me that endless night. A heart full of wisdom from a man who knew that life's a game and you play it through.
They never ask for statues. They never march for fame, but they carry the weight of freedom so we could carry on.
He was 19 in the desert wind, letters home he never sent, left his truck and walked alone.
Found the fire and held the line, did his duty, rain or shine. Came back scars, not medals shown. You might not know the faces, but you live in what they gave. They didn't fight to be remembered, they fought so we'd remember peace. Every name on every marker is a prayer that doesn't cease. And if you raise your flag tomorrow, let it wave for those we've lost. They paid the price we couldn't carry and never once counted the cost. She drove convoys through the night, beneath the sky without moonlight, rode her son from overseas, held a photo by her chest, wore her silence like a vest, still salutes when children sing.
No headlines in the morning, just echoes in the storm.
They didn't fight to be remembered, they fought so we'd remember peace. Every step they took in silence built the roads where we find ease. And if you sleep in quiet safety, know they stood so you could rest. They bore the storms we'll never weather and gave their best without regret. Freedom isn't handed down, it's carried on backs of those who never asked for praise. They left behind the life they started so we could live with brighter days. They didn't fight to be remembered, but we remember just the same. In every fold of every banner lies the weight behind their names. So when you speak of peace and country, speak it low, but speak it true. The price they carried wasn't glory, it was me, it was you. We may not know all their names, but we know what they stood for, and we carry it still.
We don't carry this flag for show, we carry it for those who can't anymore. I've seen the sun rise on foreign lands, with brothers falling, with dirt on my hands. But I never fought to be a name, I fought for peace, not pride or fame. And every step I took out there was so my kids could breathe free air. We don't ask for cheers or songs, we just hold the line and carry on. This flag still flies though the wind gets rough. It's stitched with grace and it's held with love. It's not just cloth, it's sacrifice. It's every soul who paid the price. We don't stand tall just to be seen, we stand for what this freedom means. And when the storm clouds flood the skies, we stand our ground. This flag still flies. She wrote her vows in a folded note, sent from a tent near a mountain road. He missed her birth, her first new shoes, but every mile he paid his dues. They both believed without regret, in service no one will forget. It's not about who wins or shows, it's who stands up when the trumpet blows. This flag still flies though the wind gets rough. It's stitched with grace and it's held with love. It's not just cloth, it's sacrifice. It's every soul who paid the price. We don't stand tall just to be seen, we stand for what this freedom means. And when the storm clouds flood the skies, we stand our ground. This flag still flies
In every town where silence grew, a porch light waits, a heart beats true. We hold their names like sacred vows and live the freedom they allowed. This flag still flies through tears and time. It waits for yours, it waits for mine. Through sacrifice and quiet days, through folded hands and far-off graves, we rise again, not to be praised, but for the ones who never strayed. And though the battle may disguise, our hearts still burn. This flag still flies, not for show, for memory, for meaning. This flag still flies.
They didn't all come home, but they marched beside us still. We trained in rain, we walked in sand, with worn out boots and calloused hands. We swore to serve, not to be known, and carried a weight that felt like stone.
We stand for those who never left, who wore the green, who gave their breath. We hold the ground where they once stood and carry on what they once could. Our oath runs deep, our banner set. We are the army, we don't forget.
We've crossed the world in desert haze. We've stood through fire, through silent days. We've held the line, we've carried friends and honored them where duty ends.
It's not the gun that makes us whole, but every name we still enroll. A folded flag, a final post, a promise kept for what we lost. We stand for those who never left, who wore the green, who gave their breath. We hold the ground where they once stood and carry on what they once could. Our oath runs deep, our banner set. We are the army, we don't forget. In every step we take, they're there. Those who never left, still marching.
We don't fight to make the front page, we don't serve to be thanked. But when the flag's in the wind, we still raise our hands. My father stood in the southern heat, with worn out boots and blistered feet. He packed his meals, he walked alone, but every step was for our home. He never asked the world to see, just prayed we'd raise our kids free. She held a picture in her vest, a boy in stripes, a Sunday dress. Her letters home were calm and light, though battles raged through sleepless nights. She said, I serve so no one sees the price of peace beneath the trees. We still raise our hands when the sky turns gray. We stand our ground, though the winds may sway. It's not for pride or pain or praise, but for the dawn of safer days. So when the drums call one more stand, you'll see us rise, you'll see our hands. From dusty plains to ocean rain, through blackouts lost and airline chains, they carried hope, not hate or fire. They lit the dark with quiet tide. Their names are carved not just in stone, but in the lives we call our own. It's not revenge that drives us still, it's every house on every hill. It's porch lights left for those who roam, it's knowing they'll be welcomed home. We still raise our hands when the storms come through. We walk as one in red, white, and blue, not for applause, not just to fight, but to defend what gives us life. So when the siren calls again, we'll stand as sons, we'll stand as friends. We don't salute for glory, we salute because someone has to, and we still do.
He wore a patch with no name yet, just a will to serve and someone waiting back home. He was fresh out of high school, boots still clean, boarded the bus in his army green, stopped by the diner, grabbed a bite, met a girl with freckles in the neon light. She smiled at him, said, you look lost. He laughed and said, maybe I am, but not for long. She wrote her name on a napkin plain and said, write me sometime when it starts to rain. From Georgia heat to desert sand, he held that napkin in his hand, wrote her letters full of skies and dust, of nights he prayed and days he must. She hung his words on her bedroom wall, each one louder than the next phone call. He signed each page with a crooked grin. I'm not much, but I'm all in. She cried every time his name came through. The ink still wet, the sky still blue. She said, love don't wait, but I still do, for the boy who left and the man he grew. And though they danced in different time, their hearts still met in every line. She never said goodbye, just right those letters from the quiet side. At the county fair on the Ferris wheel, she'd read his words, feel him real. The wind would carry a dusty scent of where he'd been and what silence meant. And though the world moved on outside, she lived in ink and stayed in stride. She said he's gone, but not all gone. His voice still hums through every song. They read his name on Veterans Day, but no one saw her lips still pray. She wore his dog tag under lace and smiled like he was still in place. She cried every year when autumn fell, but never lost the words he'd spell. She said he taught me how to love so wide, through folded paper, not just by sight. No wedding bells, no photo frames, but every page still knows his name, and love still writes where he resides. Those
those letters from the quiet side. Not every soldier leaves a grave, some just leave their words, and the ones who stay still read them. They folded the flag and walked away, but he's never left, not from this porch, not from this heart. The house still leans where he drove that nail, boot marks dried in the morning pale. I touched the coat he hung last fall and swear I still can hear him call. The door still creaks like it knows his weight. I light the porch round 8:30. They say the gone don't get to stay, but his voice never fades away. I hold the quiet like it's a vow. He's not gone, just not here now. And I still see him in the light on the swinging Friday night. Hear his hum in the window pane when it rains and calls his name. There's a silence strong and wide that walks with me, stays inside. Though the boots are by the door apart, he's still standing in my heart. I read his other two light war. He said, be the kind that builds, not destroy. He said, protect the weak and speak the truth, and never lose your deeper roots. Now that boy walks tall and free, with his father's steadiness in his feet. And when the anthem starts to play, we both still turn and softly say, it ain't just uniforms or guns, it's love that serves so others run. I still stand in the light on the swing at Friday night. Hear his hum in the window pane when it rains and calls his name. There's a silence strong and wide that walks with me, stays inside. Though the boots are by the door apart, he's still standing in my heart. They gave us medals, folded cloth, but they don't know what love has cost. I'd give the world to see his grin, but I find him every time I begin to remember how he laughed out loud, danced real slow, stood tall and proud. When our flag lifts in the morning air, he's the whisper rising there. And even if the world forgets, my soul holds no regrets. He's not just memory or art, he's still standing in my heart. You never really left, you just became the part of me that never surrenders.
This ground's not just a dirt, it's footsteps of the ones before. They taught me how to walk it right, and I'll defend it evermore.
From cotton fields to steel-built towns, we bled and built these battlegrounds. Each morning rise a silent vow to hold the line, no matter how. Through storms and fire we plant our feet on sacrifice, no song repeats. It's not the glory or parade, it's the quiet debt that never fades. This is the land I stand for, with every oath and every war.
From sea to sea, through dusk and dawn, Their echo leads me marching on. No flag flies high without the pain of names engraved in wind and rain. So I don't bow, I don't ignore. This is the land I stand for. A mother weeps beside the gate, a folded flag, a final fate. But still she sets the porch light bright, believing he still guards the night. And every kid who wears the boots carries more than just salute. They carry hope, they carry scars, and dreams too tough for counting stars. This is the land I stand for, with every oath and every war. From sea to sea, through dusk and dawn, their echo leads me marching on. No flag flies high without the pain of names engraved in wind and rain. So I don't bow, I don't ignore. This is the land I stand for. Not for glory, not for fame, but for the ones who said my name before I even knew the cost. And still they stood, though much was lost. This is the land I stand for, through fire, grief, and so much more. From every field to every shore, their courage lives forevermore. No flag waves free without the brave who gave their hearts for others saved. And if I fall, let them implore. This was the land I stood for. We don't inherit freedom, we earn it, we carry it, and we pass it on one step at a time.
I never thought I'd write this down, but I owe it to the ones I left behind. Not just for the uniform, but for what it stood for.
I felt the ground shake under boots, heard the call, had to choose. Left a picture on the fridge at home, a ring, a name, and a dial tone. They say the brave don't hesitate, but fear still walks through every gate. I kissed her hand and held my breath, swore to serve, not fear the death. And in that moment, loud and clear, a voice inside said, stand right here. Would I bleed for what is right? Stand through fire, hold the line. If this heart stops, let it be for the ones who still believe in me. Through the storm, through the smoke and sand, I would rise, I would take that stand. This oath we carry, come what may. It's carved in me, it won't decay. She reads my letters by the light, still wears my flannel every night. Our baby's crawling now, they say. He's got my stubborn, quiet way. And when I feel like letting go, I see their faces through the smoke. And even if they never know, I march for love, not for show. And in my chest it beats so loud, a vow that won't be silenced now. Would I bleed for what is right? Stand through fire, hold the line. If this heart stops, let it be for the ones who still believe in me. Through the storm, through the smoke and sand, I would rise, I would take that stand. This oath we carry, come what may. It's carved in me, it won't decay.
fight so someone else can stay, and chase the sunrise every day. Would I bleed for what is right? Stand through fire, hold the line. If it's my name they call that day, let them know I walk the way. Not for war, but peace and grace. For every hand I can't replace, this oath we carried still remains, a light that burns through loss and rain. Some things you carry long after the uniform's folded, but the oath never leaves you.
They don't play taps for the living, but sometimes I still hear it in the way the wind runs through the trees, and in the silence I stand. I didn't grow up chasing war, I grew up chasing dreams and dirt. But one day duty called me in, and I stood tall inside the hurt. They said this land will thank you, son. I said just let her stay free when I'm gone. They dressed me in the army green, my granddad's medals on the shelf. He used to say it's not for pride, it's for the man beside yourself. I wore that oath beneath my skin and marched through fire, through thick and thin. So if you're walking past this row of names, no silence here still speaks our reigns. I'm at peace where the flag don't fall and the hills still breathe, where the silence stands for every voice that shaped this land. Don't cry for me, don't change the plan, just live for where the silence stands. Mama once brought me flowers here when Uncle Joe came home in stone. Now she brings them just the same, but the ribbon's got my name alone. She smiles through tears and says to me, you stood so I could still be free. Tell my brother guard the porch at dusk. Tell my girl she's stronger than the both of us. Tell my hometown don't raise a statue, just raise boys who walk the path too. I'm at peace where the echoes sleep and the roots run deep, where the silence stands, not for death but the promised hands. Don't mourn too long, just make your stand in the place where silence still commands. This ground isn't quiet, it sings in every oath you keep. Still here, still standing where the silence speaks.